I still remember the day I walked into the Palladium Hotel Cala Llonga Ibiza, expecting a dream vacation. Little did I know it would turn into a nightmare. As I entered my room, I was hit with the pungent smell of dampness and mold. The air was thick with the scent of decay, making my stomach turn. I couldn't shake off the feeling that I was walking into a dumpster. The furniture was a mess, cheap, old, and dirty. The floor creaked beneath my feet, and the walls seemed to be crying out for a fresh coat of paint. The ceiling, oh the ceiling, was a sorry excuse for a ceiling. It was as if they had taken every rejected interior design element from the past decade and mashed them together into a hot mess. But I thought maybe the bed would be comfortable. Oh, how wrong I was. The mattress was as hard as a rock, and the bed frame creaked and groaned with every movement. It was like sleeping on a deflated balloon. And don't even get me started on the bathroom. The shower panel was broken, the limescale buildup on the walls was an eyesore, and the shower doors hung limply, as if apologizing for their existence. I tried to forget about the room and head down to dinner. Big mistake. The food was a catastrophe. The pasta was overcooked, the sauce was bland, and the meat was tough as shoe leather. It was as if they had taken every leftover from the past week and thrown it together into a sad, pathetic excuse for a meal. And the service, forget about it. The servers seemed to be competing in a race to see who could be the most disinterested, the most apathetic, the most utterly useless. But I thought maybe the laundry service would redeem them. Oh no, they charged me €207 for a few pieces of washing, and when I asked about it, they just shrugged and said it was the hotel's policy. Policy? What policy is that? The policy of ripping off unsuspecting tourists. As I wandered around the hotel, I noticed that the air conditioner in my room was set to extreme torture mode. It was either freezing or boiling, with no in-between. And don't even get me started on the noise. It was as if they had installed a never-ending drum solo in the room next door, but I thought maybe the view would make up for it. Nope. My deluxe room had a view of a gas tank and the fire stairs. It was like they had taken every ugly, unwanted feature of the hotel and mashed them together into a sad, pathetic excuse for a view. As I sat in my room, feeling like a prisoner in a dumpscape, I couldn't help but think about the people who designed this monstrosity. Were they sadists? Did they take pleasure in watching people suffer? Did they think that by throwing together a few cheap materials and calling it a hotel, they could scam people out of their hard-earned cash? And then I saw it, the laundry service. They were charging people per item, per wash, per dry. It was like they had taken every last shred of decency and thrown it out the window. They were scamming people, plain and simple. I felt a surge of anger, of betrayal, of sadness. How could they do this to people? How could they take advantage of their trust, their innocence, their desperation for a good vacation? As I sat there, feeling like a victim, I couldn't help but think about all the people who had been scammed, all the people who had been ripped off, all the people who had been left feeling like trash. And that's when it hit me. This hotel wasn't just a hotel, it was a symbol of everything that's wrong with the world. It was a symbol of greed, of corruption, of exploitation. So, I was just looking into the area around Palladium Hotel Cala Llonga Ibiza. Like, what kind of scams tourists might find there. It's supposed to be so nice, but bad things happen everywhere, right? Like even in pretty places. So businesses near Palladium Hotel Cala Llonga Ibiza, they can be tricky sometimes. Like some shops, they add extra charges on your bill if you don't check properly. I heard about this one tourist who bought a cheap souvenir, but then the seller said, "Oh no, the price is without tax," and suddenly it cost double. And the tourist, they were just confused like, but the tag said this price. But the seller insisted, and of course, the tourist paid because they didn't want trouble. What do you think happened next? Probably the tourist just walked away, feeling stupid, and the seller kept doing it to more people. It's so wrong, Like, why trick people like that? And then, restaurants near Palladium Hotel Cala Llonga Ibiza, sometimes they bring you food you didn't order and then charge you for it. Like, oh, I thought you wanted this extra dish, but no, you didn't ask for it. And then if you complain, they act all offended like, but it's already made. So you just pay because, I don't know, maybe you feel bad. Or maybe you don't want to argue on vacation. And the restaurant, they keep doing it because it works. So unfair, right? Oh, and taxis. Not exactly a brick-and-mortar store, but still, taxis near Palladium Hotel Cala Llonga Ibiza, they might take the long way if they see you're a tourist. Like you just wanted to go to the beach, but suddenly you're driving in circles and the meter keeps going up. And what can you do? You don't know the streets, so you just pay. And the driver, they probably laugh about it later. It's sad, you know? Like people just want to have a nice holiday near Palladium Hotel Cala Llonga Ibiza, but some businesses take advantage. It's not all of them, but you know, it happens. And the worst part, the scammers never get caught. They just keep doing it, and tourists keep falling for it. Like, how can people be so mean?
The dark side of businesses near Palladium Hotel Cala Llonga Ibiza *. If you're staying at the Palladium Hotel Cala Llonga Ibiza, prepare yourself, because the businesses nearby are a masterclass in disappointment. Overpriced, poorly managed, and often outright disrespectful, this area feels like a tourist trap disguised as paradise. Let's break it down so you don't fall into the same traps others have. Shopping. Where suspicion reigns **. Shopping near Palladium Hotel Cala Llonga Ibiza is an exercise in frustration. Stores treat every customer like a potential thief, with security guards following you like shadows. Centro Commercial La Serena * is the worst offender. Staff ignore you, accuse you of lying, and refuse basic requests like letting a disabled person sit to try on shoes. One reviewer described being interrogated over a pair of shrinking Crocs like it was a criminal investigation. And if you dare complain, you're met with eye rolls and hostility. Then there's SLUIZ *, a bizarre mix of overpriced junk and offensive decor. The place is infamous for car break-ins, so much so that staff casually admit it happens often. The owner even blamed a victim, saying it was their fault for leaving belongings in the car. Classy. Oh, and the bathrooms. Let's just say they're not family-friendly with inappropriate audio loops playing in the stalls. Stay far away unless you enjoy feeling like a walking ATM for thieves. Dining. A symphony of scams **. Restaurants here operate on one principle. Charge luxury prices, deliver fast food quality. Casa Piedra * is a prime example. Tiny portions, hidden charges, and staff who mock customers for not being top enough. One vegan diner was given a vegan menu, filled with non-vegan dishes, then lectured about how they should go to more high-class places. Another couple paid €22 for ribs and got 7 bare bones with no meat. Then there's Cappuccino Marina Ibiza *, where the only good thing is the view. The food, frozen pizzas dressed up as gourmet, served by waiters who act like you're interrupting their day. One guest got food poisoning from sushi, another waited 90 minutes for a half-cooked porridge, and another found dirt in their tea, only for the manager to shrug and say it was normal. At these prices, you'd expect edible food and basic manners. Instead, you get indifference and regret. Nightlife. Pay more, get less * clubs near Palladium Hotel Cala Llonga Ibiza are a lesson in exploitation. Pacha * charges €250 for VIP tickets, then makes it impossible to actually get your drinks. Staff are rude, tables are crammed next to deafening speakers, and if you dare complain, you're called a liar. One group paid €5,500 for a table, only to be ignored all night and served Monster Energy drinks instead of Red Bull. Another guest had her bracelet stolen by security, who then denied it happened. Cottonbeachclub is no better. €80 per person gets you a crowded patch of sand, no showers, and staff who laugh when you question their shady pricing. One couple paid €160 for sunbeds, only to discover the same items were cheaper at the restaurant. When they complained, the manager chuckled in their faces. If you enjoy being overcharged and treated like an inconvenience, this is your spot. Spa. More like scam, even relaxation isn't safe here. Revival Spa by Clarins offers massages so bad, one guest said it was the worst of his life, and he's travelled the world. Booking is a nightmare, with staff too busy to answer calls, yet miraculously, all time slots are open when you finally reach them. The pools are nice, but if you're paying for a massage, you'd hope they'd at least know how to give one. Final warning * businesses near Palladium Hotel Cala Llonga Ibiza operate on a simple formula.